Hey guys, it's me Ronak and welcome back to the another episode. Well, today I'm not that great in terms of speaking, or I'm little bit not well, but still I want to make this video because I wanted to talk about this book, Barack Obama, The Promised Land by Barack Obama. I recently finished this book. I'm on the last chapter of this book, and so I so wanted to talk about this. So I thought let's make a video. Well, I have not prepared any script. I have not prepared anything for this video. I'm just going to talk about it. But I'm not going to get into the depth of this book because I am not a kind of a political person. I don't like politics that much. So I'm not going to go deep dive into each and everything that what happened and everything. But you are from the US, then you will enjoy much more this book. But from my perspective, as I am from the India, then this book is quite good. I remember reading book Becoming by Michelle Obama, which is, that book is divided into three parts, kind of Becoming Me, Becoming Us, and Becoming More. So the second part, Becoming Us, it's kind of I can able to connect with this book, which is quite great, satisfying for me, because there are few times, when both the authors, both are writing their own book, then it's a kind of good book. Well, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what are the things I liked, what are the quotes I love from this book, or what are the chapters I love from this book. Well, let's get started into that. Well, specifically this book, the Barack Obama, it's all about the journey of presidential, what actually happened in the presidential era, or what actually happened in this 2007 to 2009 to 2017. So basically in this year, the Obama was the president, 44th president of United States, and so many things happened in this year. As I was in a school or college days, so I'm not able to connect really well, but I know that few here and there things that they are really good, just like the 2008 wala incident, then 2011 wala incident. These are the things I really able to enjoy. But this book is specifically based on the presidential journey, what actually happened in that journey. It's not talk about the childhood journey, it's not about the afterward journey, it's definitely in that journny. Book starts with basically with the saying that how Barack Obama started writing the book, or on the flight. I mean, after presidential journey, when they were boarding on the flight, and at that time he started writing the book, and he never thought this will cross more than 500 pages. Well, this book is around 700 pages, but if you go read on the 700 pages on the paperback, if you go on the Kindle, then it will be a little bit higher, but it's easy to read on the Kindle because the price is less, and also you can faster read on the Kindle, easy to take notes and everything. That's the why I love reading on the Kindle. The Promised Land by Barack Obama is divided into 7 parts and again divided into sub-chapters. The first one is The Bet, which is all about the bet. Second part of this is Yes We Can, talking about what are the things happen. The third one is Renegade, and the fourth one is The Good Fight. The fifth one is The World As It Is. So there is a connection between The World As It Is and the second part, where the Michelle talks about the world as it is, and this part. The sixth part is In the Barrel. So this talk about little bit in the presidential era, and the last one is On the High Wire, which is talk about the ending of this book. The total book, yani ki the Promised Land volume 1 divided into then sub chapters, like from the chapter 1, 2, 3. There are few chapters in part 1, few chapters in part 2, like that from the chapter 70 to 78, I guess. So this is a quite interesting book to read. The good thing is you will never feel that you are reading something deep. The first part is all about the understanding the background of Obama, Mr. Obama. What is the actual background? What are their grandparents? What are their mom and dad? So this is all about the first part, where we just get to know about the background about the Obama. Like, he is not from the political background. There is one line also that I will actually read it. I don't came from a political family. My material grandparents were Midwestern from the mostly Scottish stock. They would have been considered liberal. So these are the things that they talks about, that Obama is not from the political background, still he able to get into these things. So these are the few things I really loved. This part also talk about the chit chat between the mother and the Obama, then Obama and the Michelle and the grandparents, all those things. There is one line that I really liked about the world, like how mom says to the Obama, that line is, the world is complicated bar, that's why it is interesting. I mean, I really like this line. I can able to connect with this really well. The reason I go with the biography or the memory, it's because the media is absolutely terrific. You cannot trust on the media. Whatever they shows, you don't know whether it is actually right or not. But when you read any biography, when you read any memoir, then you get to know the things from the inside. You get to know what's have in their mind, what's actually happening in the White House. Because we know about the White House from the external sources, but if you want to know about the White House in the internal sources, then you have to read the biographies, you have to read the memory books. So this book will get you idea about the White House, how the White House oval shape actually look like, whether the height of the White House is really good, what actually happens in that White House. There is one point where I really liked about this, that Obama started reading books from the childhood, and how the world shaped because of the reading, how his world is shaped because of the reading books, because of because of mother. Mother told Obama that if you are feeling boredom, then you should read that book and tell me what is happening in that book, or what do you learn from that book. And that's how the reading journey started. And after that, their grandmother sees that the box of books near to the Obama, and she's he was reading Crime and Punishment, and grandmothers talk about that key, are you going to build a library or something, do your assignment, do your homework. So these are the few things. Humor also added to this book, which was really great read for me. After few chapters, you get to know about the social life of the Obama, what is actually happening. Actually, he was started living as a monk, he was started thinking like a monk. There is one line about the community of faith, because he is from the black background, and a lot of things happen in that era, and what actually were going in this era. So he wrote a beautiful line, which is I really love that. Through them I discovered a community of faith, that it was okay to doubt, to question, and still reach for something beyond the here and now. Which I really love this line, because this is what actually we need, because this is what actually we have to understand. There is another line when before he applied to the presidential, or before he applied to the state. So he was talking to the mom, and she said, I don't know, but she told me once Christmas, you can spend a lifetime working outside institute, but you might get more than trying to change that institute from the inside. So this line is basically started just because of he worked as a monk, he lived as a monk, and he worked as a social worker. So he get to know about what is actually happening in the world, what are the things are there in the world. So that's the reason mom told him that okay, you can do much more from the inside. Then my favorite part, mine, from the Becoming Us, like from the book Becoming, there is chapter Becoming Us, and this book like chapter around 4th or 5th chapter. So when Michelle and Obama start talking to each other from the law background, and they start talking, that was a particular scene I really enjoyed reading. There is one line, I mean that's the completely humor, but I really enjoyed that reading that line, that this is Barack Michelle said one last time, but don't expect me to do any campaigns. In fact, you shouldn't even count on my vote. I mean, that was hilarious to understand this. It was so good to read such kind of memoir. So a lot of things happened in this book. Okay, these are the fun side of the book. Then there is a talk about the India also, but I'm not going to deep dive into what actually happened in this. But there is one harsher truth about the India. Basically, he says these lines for the India, that India remained a chaotic and unimprove place, largely divided by the religion and caste, captive to the ways to corrupt local officials and power brokers. So this is the reality of India, and we have to change about this. Even outside people are thinking about the India this way, which I really hated for this, but that's the truth about the India. And the last few chapters talk about the Osama bin Laden, actually how they executed the plan for the Osama bin Laden, how they able to find out how they did the raid and everything about the Osama bin Laden, which is quite great to read. Now talking about the book length and the writing style, well, let me be honest, even though book is 700 plus pages, you can definitely read it. If you read it on Kindle, you can read it much faster because it's easy to read. At the end of the book, this book is really well researched. I mean, everyone is written. You can get the index at the end of the book, and there is a lot of photographs available at the end of the book that you can see here. Talking about the language is very easy. Anyone can read this book. It's not a very high level language. It was very easy. If you have read The Becoming by Michelle Obama, and then you should definitely read this. If you are from the political background, then you will enjoy book much more as compared to me. But I usually don't take interest in the political. Still I am able to read this book. Still I am able to enjoy each and everything in this book. A lot of things you will understand from the Obama's perspective. What are the things actually happened as compared to the media, what he was going through, what are the perk of being presidential, what are the drawbacks of being that, and how the Michelle supported, what are the things happened. So if you're looking for something great biography, then you should definitely pick this up. The link in the description available. You can go buy this book, all the Kindle link, paperback, hardcover link available. And I really enjoyed this book, and it's definitely good if you want to read something like that. So that's all for the today's video. I hope you have liked this video. Make sure you like, comment what you think about this, and are you going to read this book, and what are your thoughts on the becoming, or what are your thoughts on this book. Let me know in the comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye, tata, take care.